Now we'll move down here a little bit. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean her, and what we usually clean her off is this dip here. This has iodine in it. It's kind of like antibacterial soap you put on your hands. This kills all the germs. So we put this on, and that's going to loosen up the dirt, and that's going to kill all the germs on it. After that, we wipe it all off.
I heard this sound. Whoa! The cow.
Okay. Now you got to feel how the milker works. That's how it sucks the milk out of the cows. And it goes straight up into the line, and it dumps right into the milk cooler. Now normally it takes them about maybe 7 to 10 minutes, depending on how much milk they give to milk out. But she's been milked 3 times already this morning, so we're not going to leave it on her too long. But you can see how it comes out, and then it goes up into the line. And after we take it off, we're going to dip her again, and this is a dipper. This is still iodine, but you can see it when I put it on my thumb, it's a lot darker. And this is a lot stickier, and this will stay on her all day. So we put it back on. So then when I let her outside, and she goes and lays in the grass or in the dirt or wherever she decides to lay, that'll help to keep her clean and try to kill some of the bacteria she might lay in. That was fast. The last thing before we go is the kids always want to know why we got a back scratcher above them or a saw blade. It's actually a potty trainer. And when the weather's bad, like last night, I kept them inside, and it's hooked up to an electric fence, and we turn this on when they sleep inside. And they're set so they're high enough that they don't touch it unless she tries to poop up in her straw. And so we don't want them laying in their own poop, obviously. So if she tries to do that, it makes her back up, and it makes her poop down here in the gutter where she's supposed to. So they're all set so they're not touching them unless they try to make a mess in their stall. So it's just to try to keep the cows a lot cleaner. Follow me down here, please.
Come here, BriAnna.
Start looking into the milk tank. I'll finish up. Outside, I'm just going to show you down in this gutter where I told you where all our poop went. There's a big chain, and that's what scrapes the barn out every day. You turn it on, it scrapes all the manure, Alright, just quickly before we move on to your next stop, while you're here, you can see these big bags we have. On our farm, we have never had a silo. The silo is usually the big blue tubes or the big concrete tubes that are in farmyards, and that's where the silage is stored. And silage is wet feed. It's the corn plant when it's chopped up still green. It's kind of like putting food in the refrigerator. You have to keep it sealed to keep it fresh, and it'll last in those for about 2 years as long as you don't get a hole in the bag. So the big bags on the left-hand side, that's corn silage, and then on the right-hand side, you're going to get to see some samples at the next stop, but that's wet corn gluten, and that actually comes from corn products. When you're going up I-55 and by that LaGrange Road where it curves around, and sometimes people think it smells like mashed potatoes, there's a corn products processing plant that makes corn syrup there. So that's the byproduct. Like last year when you heard a lot on the news about food versus fuel and we're using all the corn for ethanol, I mean that's really not true, because we get all the byproducts back to feed the cows. This is the byproduct of the corn syrup. Distiller's grain is what it's called when they make ethanol. And you get it back in the form of a meal. You get to see some samples, but it's a lot higher in protein. It's excellent feed. So we're not losing the corn to ethanol because we get the feed back from it. So go ahead around, and Noreen's going to teach you about this.
Yes, and what do we call the baby one? Do you know what we call the baby?
A calf.
Very good. The baby ones are calves. Aren't they funny? Yeah. It looks pretty big, but when a baby calf is born, it weighs about 100 pounds. Wow. That's a lot. What do calves eat? Oh, very good. Calves jumping around. This is, hey, do you want to touch it?
I want to touch it.
What color is it? Green. Yeah, hay is like grass that we dry and we put it together in a bunch called a bale. Yeah, it's like grass.
Guys, like what we feed Doozer, guinea pig?
Oh yeah, does he eat hay?
Timothy hay.
Tailless? Yeah. Tell it
Do you feel it?
Timothy has a different kind of a. We don't have a lot of Timothy hay around here. Cattle mostly get alfalfa hay, very high protein, and alfalfa is actually a member of the lichen family. It's kind of like soy. Yeah, what did he get? What else? What's he gonna drink?
Milk.
Very good. It's a bottle like this. Times a day. Could you drink all of that in one time?
I could.
Could you imagine all of that? So his mama is giving us milk for us. So we have powdered milk for him. This is the powdered milk. You can actually touch it or smell it. Powdered milk is called baby formula, kind of like that. Touch it. Powdered milk. We got it all over our touch it now. Okay. That's part of how
later.
I like when you touch it and smell it. Good job. These are adventurous kids.
Does it smell like coal?
Well, we don't want to throw it though. We just want to touch it and feel it.
Put it
Drop
back in.
it back in.
Put it back in. No,
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
We just wanted to have a chance to feel it. You want to touch it? Oh, she's brave. That's good.